Welcome back, everyone. My name is Candace Sanderson, and I want to welcome you to one of my YouTube channels. You can find links to my other two channels in the description below, as well as links to my two books, The Reluctant Messenger and The Reluctant Messenger Returns. Over the past few months, I've been going through a change. It seems that one body part falls apart, and then another body part, and then another, and another, and another. First of all, let me say that I do respect medical training and intervention. So I have conditions checked out that might be symptomatic of something more significant or some kind of underlying condition. But from my perspective, that only just makes common sense. But I was looking at this pattern of one thing after another, after another, after another. It seemed like there was something more that was going on. After two people, a friend, and then the next day my acupuncturist suggested that it might be ancestral, I realized they were right. It was something coming from deep inside, something ancient, something older than my physical body that was speaking to me. So I decided it was time, probably past time, to take a look within and see what the messengers might have to share with me. So one morning, just a few days ago, I sat in silence and I cleared my mind of anything that just started to percolate to the surface. I took a few deep breaths, and as I relaxed into those breaths, I asked. So I sent the intention of finding out what's going on here. Now, most recently at this point, my low back was giving me excruciating pain. Now, for me to say that is pretty significant because I really do have a high tolerance for pain. I'm no stranger to back pain. I've had multiple spinal surgeries, but that's been in my past years ago. I've actually pushed through all of that, and now my regular daily routine consists of running 2 miles. Well, at my age, though, it's more like a jog. And my back pain that I had disappeared a few weeks ago, only to rear its ugly head last week. So here I was, once again, unable to get out of bed without rolling onto the floor on my hands and knees. And then I would use my arms to find a piece of furniture or a wall to walk myself up so that I could stand. I was using ice packs. I was using heating pads. I was using a TENS unit for pain. I was, doing everything I could think of. I had to find out what this was all about. And the messengers provided the answers by way of a vision. I saw a large, deeply embedded splinter. And I had a knowing that this large piece of wood had been there for many, many years, perhaps many generations. But now it was finding its way out. The time had come. It was working its way out of my system. And as this piece of wood wiggled free from its dormant place deep within my body, each movement that it made created these ripples of pain. Centimeter by centimeter, it broke free from its encapsulated environment, and all surrounding tissue, nerves, blood vessels felt the consequences of its exit. Now, what did this mean for me? Pain and more pain. But with this vision, I had a different perspective. I had a greater understanding. The pain was a symptom, not of disease, but a symptom of healing. I knew that that splinter had to be removed. It had to remove itself from my body in order for me to be healed. As that thought entered my mind, I realized my body was preparing itself for yet another adventure. By eliminating old wounds, I was preparing to accept something new into my energy field. I was eliminating things that no longer served me, and I was making way for something fresh and new to occur. The next day, I felt better. The pain was reduced, and I felt guided to take a different path. I started questioning, why do I run every day? Well, maybe it's time to do something differently, I thought. So I did. I slathered on my sunscreen, grabbed my sun hat, and drove to the nearby Gordon River Greenway. This is a beautiful nature trail and boardwalk, and that's usually where I take my 2 to 3 mile run each day. But today, no, no running. It was different. I walked, and as I did, I found myself automatically taking deep breaths. And I could feel the cool dampness of the pine trees that were nearby. And I veered off the main path and took this mulch trail. I could hear sounds of birds as they just permeated the air like music. And I took a whiff of nearby jasmine, and I found myself so deeply embroiled into nature. Now, this trail loops back to the main path. And, after a few minutes, I found myself back on the boardwalk, and I was approaching the Gordon River Bridge. And I heard something into the woods at one side. So I realized that these sounds were probably there all the time, every morning when I would run. But I hadn't noticed them because I wasn't taking the time to do so. But today was the day that I was guided to slow down, to get back in touch with nature. Stop, look, and listen. And that's exactly what I did. I paused and I sent my antenna on high alert. There it was again, this rustling in these beautiful mangroves that line the Gordon River. And then I saw it, a raccoon. He was carefully making his way to wherever he was going. I even got my phone out, took a little video of him. And then I heard voices of people. And just a short moment later, a couple of bikers passed me. And that's actually when I realized that I too had been like them. While I ran these paths, I didn't take the time to stop and pay attention. I didn't take the time to listen, to really listen to what's around me. And that is so important. Here I was, not paying attention to my own physical body that had been shouting at me for months. Okay, we're going to do something to her eyes so she'll listen. Okay, I take care of my eyes. And then, oh, here goes her back. Let's let her back go out again. Oh, let's injure her leg. But all of these signs were coming into me, but I didn't listen. So I realized this wasn't true about just seeing the raccoon. It was true and applicable for my life. I needed to get back into nature each day. I need to take the time to appreciate silence. And I need to take an opportunity to listen to the wisdom that surrounds me. And that's the only way I can do that, by being silent. And one of the best ways to do that, or places to do that, for me, is getting back in nature. And I realized that it had taken all these pains and challenges with my physical body to actually bring me back to center. Now I see these physical pains and challenges as opportunities. These are opportunities for me to grow. There is a clearing and a cleansing that's taking place. And as these deeply embedded splinters, because I believe there's more than one, as they're working their way to the surface, I definitely feel the pain. Yeah, make no mistake about that. But it's the pain, the symptom of recovery and discovery. It's not the pain of illness or injury. It's making way for new paths for me to follow. or old paths to rediscover that worked well for me. A path that will be rewarding and awarding and allowing me to walk a little lighter, breathe a little deeper, and smile a little more. So I hope you enjoyed this. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. And remember, kindness matters. This is my mantra for the year 2021 is being kind. But being kind doesn't mean just being kind to others. Be kind to yourself as well too. Maybe you don't need to take that 2 or 3 mile run every day. Maybe you need to be kind and slow down to your physical body. Pay attention and let things unfold in a very natural way so that you can listen to the wisdom that's all around us. So until next time, bye.